Okay, so we're going to try this out. Figured I am here and I'm going to work on this cute little bunny wreath, but I figured there's going to be some changes to the Facebook page. Let's put it that way. I figured this way I can just talk to you while I'm doing this, and I'm going to check out how the video comes out on on the computer and how to put it onto Facebook. As you all know, I am not the most tech savvy when it comes to computers. If I could afford to, I really would. I'd pay somebody to do it. And it's just not for me. But what it is I'm going to put this on Facebook. And mainly because I will still be posting things on Facebook. I'm going to try to do more tutorial style on Facebook and not post to sell. Unfortunately, I'm not going to say every single, majority of the conversations I have on Facebook are spam, and it becomes a lot trying to, some of them you can just look at and that they are scammers or spam mail. So for those of you who don't know, I have actually opened a web page, and of course it is craftingryan.com, and on there you can purchase. You can see what there is. And like I said, again, I am not tech savvy, so it is not one of your whiz bang boom websites, that's for sure. But it will have some that are available. If you don't see one on there, of course, feel free to message me. And of course, if we've had a conversation before, or if you are a previous customer, my Facebook will know. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just every time I was posting a picture, I would have a scammer, at least one, sometimes more than one, on there saying, how much is this? I don't use Etsy. Just a lot of time and energy that I'd rather be putting into my family or my wreaths or into my actual customers. So therefore, like I was saying, so the website also lets me put shipping in. For those of you that do porch pickup, or that I meet places to drop off wreaths, they do let me put that in for a shipping option. And those that do show up on Facebook, all I need to do is send them to the webpage. If they can't purchase it through there, then that's on them. Of course, you can always still message me through Facebook if you have custom orders or anything like that. I am going to start trying to do more classes again now that the supply chain is a little more backfilled and we can get more things. For a while there, things were not very accessible, and the things that were extremely expensive. Things are starting to level out better now, and so we will leave it at that. But yeah, so craftingryan.com is the new website. What else is there? Facebook is going to be hopefully more hands-on videos, class schedules, where I'll be in person. In fact, I did pick up in April. I will be at April. I will be at the Fredericksburg Convention Center. with spring and summer and all the things. And then again, I am doing the VFW and King George Family Day in May 2nd out at the Sealston Sports Complex here in King George. What else? I don't think there's much else. I am working on a pancake wreath for Easter. As you know, I do put wreaths out. I did pull the ones from Colonial Beach. It just was not the right venue for them. You know, people that were going in there were looking more for antiques, things like that, novelties. And I sold a wreath or two there, but just not enough to make it profitable to drive out there all the time to check on it, restock it, pay the monthly fees, and everything else. I do still have them out at Gardening Days on James Madison. And those are a lot of times mainly grapevines. And so I do put these on the website. I will still post to Facebook. You know, hey, what do you guys think of this? Check this out. So you'll still see the new designs. But I also will remind you on there to go to craftingryan.com to make your purchase if you want one. It's also easier for me to put the new ones on, take the old ones off. If I discount them, I can change the price on there. It's just, to me, is going to be a lot easier instead of dealing with all of the scammers and everything. All right, so there you have it. I did the first 6. Those of you who have taken my class know that you have your first 6. And then we go into our ribbon tails. I cut my ribbon tails at 13 inches. And I think I want my bunnies on top. Been trying to decide if I want the lighter color on top. I think I'm going to keep the bunnies on top. And then, of course, we're just going to stick these into each one. I'm hoping eventually to, I really wanted to see how this would work. And the Wi-Fi wasn't upholding the ability to chat, to be live and chat. So I'm going to check into that. I think I just need to restart my router. Between all the snow that we've had and the weathers and everything, I think it just needs to be reset. Yeah, I'm not sure what else. Let's see. I don't know what else there's going to be, but I guess I will just get this finished, and you're more than welcome to hang out and watch. Let's see. So these are made on Sincerely Creative Moms patent pending, or Deco Exchange's patent pending pancake wreath. You can get them. They sell them on Amazon. I have seen them there. But if you go to DecoExchange.com, they have them there. I will try to link them in my description. I know a lot of people do. I promise, guys, I am working on it, and hopefully Ryan and her technology will get to be a little bit better. So now I'm just leveling them up. See, even sometimes, where's my scissors? Sometimes when you make a cut, it's just, normally nobody would even notice, but that was pretty bad. It must have slipped as I was cutting. That's better. These bunnies not super cute. I went to get the other bunnies that I usually make at Easter from Hobby Lobby, but they were not out yet. And I'm finding that a lot of the things that I am used to having with me or, purchasing, they aren't carrying them anymore. I was trying to do some Valentine's Day things that last year were really popular. And unfortunately, they didn't carry it. So I wasn't able to get any more of the pieces that I needed to make it. But, everything happens for a reason. And in the long run, it was probably better because we ended up with all this snow. And the place that I displayed them, of course, got snowed in and is not a place that most people would venture out to. Because I don't know where you guys are, but here in Virginia, we got hit with snow and then ice. That stuff was here forever. It was almost to the point where you could go stir crazy. I in fact started to go stir crazy. And so what I did is I just started making wreaths that had sunflowers and, bright, colorful flowers. Because I just got so tired of every time looking out the window, these huge blocks of snow. And then I don't know about you guys, but as it's starting to melt and, the roads, it starts turning black where some of it you couldn't even tell that it was ice and snow. It looked like piles of dirt and nastiness. All right, so we've done our first layer. I'm going to go through and clip all of these. Looks like I might need to be getting me another one of these. You'll have to let me know in the comments when I post this. Do you like watching the tutorial? I guess they're not really tutorials because I'm not sitting here and telling you guys everything. You can see what I'm making. But do you guys like more of this? What do you want to see on the page? Because yes, you will see new ones. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So once there was a time on the page where I posted a picture of my finger. And for those of you who use glue guns and hot glue, you know how hot that can get. I actually use a glue skillet. Majority of the time now, every once in a while, I need to use my glue gun, and I kid you not, I burn my finger every time I use it. But I posted a picture because it had blistered. I mean, a huge blister on my finger. Not 10 minutes after I posted the picture, I got 3 or 4 messages asking how much was what was in the picture, and where could they get it, etc., etc. Could I make them one like it? I kid you not, guys. It was the picture of my finger, my blistered finger. Sure, you can buy you can buy that. So anyway, that's sort of what has driven me to this point. I also, because I do have so many ribbons and things, and I do have people that ask if I can, make bows or whatnot. I do have bows on there. Right now it's just Valentine's Day, but I'm going to be able to put bows on the website. I am still trying to figure out how to categorize it on a page. So if you are really good at computers and you think you can walk me through, please let me know. All right, so our first level is done. Look at those cute bunnies. One thing when I am teaching a class, I tell everybody is to make sure something that is going to step in between professional and not professional. One of the biggest things that it's going to show is if your ribbon are all going the same way. So if you can see, all of my bunnies are facing out. I don't have any facing in and some out. They are all facing the exact same direction. That is a big thing. That is one of the biggest things. I have been to places where there have been wreaths, and I have seen it where I don't know if the person didn't realize it, they didn't care, they didn't, I don't want to say didn't know any better. Maybe that they didn't think it mattered. But a wreath, if it's the little things that make it look more professional. You know, cleaning up the back of your wreaths, or making sure that your pipe cleaners are cut. I've been to one where you could see the ends of the pipe cleaners. I mean, if you're going to make a wreath, a lot of times you cannot see your ends, depending on what style you're making. But I did see a wreath where the pipe cleaners were still, sticking out. It's just your little things here and there that are going to make it go from, a wreath to, that's really, detailed. They've taken time. There's a lot of love and care in them. And to me, the ribbon is one of them. When you are doing your pancake wreaths, whether it's a kit from me or somebody else, these bottom ones, I would not worry about their placement until the very end, because they're going to move. They move all the time. So again, we're just going to scrunch and put these all in. I mean, my main point of this was just to let you all know about the Facebook page. Of course, if you have any questions, you can comment on the page. And I just got notification that I think I can also go live now on TikTok. I think it was TikTok that said that I could go live. I don't know. I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of TikTok. In fact, that's another reason for the video, and probably why I couldn't actually record a video, is because I'm actually watching a live stream on my computer. Because just like everybody else, I need to watch I like to watch different designers, as they do their thing. Just like I'm doing mine now. Just, that's how you learn and advance. And I am not one that will copy their, not style, because like Sincerely Creative Mom does a ton of pancakes, and hers are absolutely amazing, and they get, she advances them and all of that. But I would never copy anybody's actual wreath. I love these bunnies. They're so cute. But you do need to learn new skills. Just like any other profession, new skills are constantly coming out. And some of them I don't know how they figure it all out. But my dog is sitting outside of my door staring at me. I think maybe he thinks I'm talking to him. But he's just sitting out there. Oh. Make these as flat as we can get them. If yours sit up too much, they just need to be twisted around more, if that makes sense. They need to, if you want yours to lay a little bit flatter, the pieces just need to be brought over more, and that shows why They are. That's why they stand up puffy. In some cases, I like mine puffy, and I will actually cut my mesh larger than the normal 20 inches for these wreaths, because I do want them to be fluffier. But I like these. These are perfect around here. I would say 7 out of 10 homes have storm doors on them, because Virginia gets really hot, and I guess they still want to see out. I do not personally have one, but I am lucky enough. I have a really well covered front porch, so my wreaths don't get hit by any weather, so they last quite a long time. There we go, and one more makes 12. And I'm wondering if this will be a good example to figure out if you guys can actually see everything that I'm doing. I mean, I'm going to try to do all sorts of different things. Even if I just put this on live video to chat while I'm doing other things, I'll have to remember that you guys are there. And then again, just so you all know, this one will be available. Just need to get pictures of it after this, but it will be available on the website. If you are watching this video and it's on there, and I actually have enough to make 2, so there will be 2 of them available. If you want one, they are going to be $55. And then, of course, shipping if you need it shipped. But you can comment sold on this video, and if it is still available when you post, then I will make sure that you get it from the website. I did a really bad job, you guys, on cutting these. I don't know. I think it's time for new scissors. And it's not like I don't have. I just seem to grab the same one. It's not like I don't have 4 more pair of these exact scissors. You know what I mean? It's just, you just kind of gravitate to the same one, I guess. But we'll fix it all up. Alright, one more set of 6. It makes it go so much faster when I've got it all pre-cut. And so also, yes, those of you who know that I sell kits and have kits, the kits that I do sell are the pancake style. There are video directions for the style. I do not make a video for each one. Basically, the base, when you are doing a regular pancake like this, it is going to be the same. Your mesh will be a different color. Your ribbons will be a different color. And all of that. But when it comes to the bows, they are usually either what I call bow 1 or bow 2. And then the ribbons will be different print or color, but they're the same thickness. They are the same style. So you just follow along and watch the video as if that was your ribbon. So when you're making the bows, if it's the 2.5, you take the 2.5 and you're going to do the ribbon the same way. Hope that makes sense. Right now, I think there's still just the one on the Etsy page, which has not been transferred over. The kits have not been transferred over to the website yet. I was hoping to figure out how to make a separate page for kits versus wreaths versus table toppers versus bows. I have not gotten that far yet. But I do have to admit, it's a lot farther along than a website would have been if I started from scratch, at least. Nowadays, there is options for, help. For AI help, to help, with your basics and your structure. But all the little add-ins and everything I still have to do. And even with AI, apparently I'm still behind the curve. But right, we're getting there. We're getting there. A few more ribbons. And again, these all you're doing is you're twisting them in. And I tell my customers, twist up, because you need to twist them several times. I say usually about the thickness of your thumb. And so, but you don't, I say about 6 to 8 times, but you don't twist it on top of itself. You're going to twist up. So you do your initial twist, and then you're twisting up the pipe cleaner, not on top of each other. And I mean, 6, 7, 8 times. My daughter would be absolutely mortified if she had seen me do that. And we're going for the last one. And twist, twist, twist. Okay, and this is why I have it about a thumb length, because I push it behind and I don't want to clip it and it unravels, right, because it's too short. You guys like this kind of neutral, what is it, neutral bunny? It's more of a natural than the pinks and the yellows. And I make pinks and yellows and oranges for Easter, but I just think it's super cute. This whole kind of natural colors. And I flip it underneath. For me, it just feels like it locks your ribbons in better. It locks all your mesh underneath, all your ribbons. So it locks that all in place. At least that's how I feel when I do it. There we go. All right. Let's get our sign. Look how cute. Cute? You guys like it? I think it's adorable. Now I just have to figure out where I want my sign. And what I'm trying to do is cover as many of the little ends and leave enough for my bow at the bottom. And I think I want it's there. Okay, and I've already attached my pipe cleaners. And I will show, once I get these pipe cleaners in, I will show you the back side so you can see where they all are. This is probably one of the harder parts of a wreath versus the bow. I have customers, when I do classes, I do offer a pre-made bow or if they want to make it themselves, because some of them get super frustrated when they're doing it. All right, so now when you are, when you are putting the pipe cleaner in, you want to make sure that you are going through your mesh. Let's see if it's stuck. Yep, it's stuck. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. I don't secure my sign down until I know it's exactly where I want it, and then I can flip it over and secure it in. I have put one on each side. So let's see. Okay. So I look, yep, that's where I want it. So right about there. Can flip this over now. And as you can see, I have one coming out on one side, and I have the other coming out on the other side. And so now I'm just going to pull them tight, and you're going to bring it to the edging to tie it so that it does not, you don't want it on the back, because it can scratch the door. Twist it. That one still had that stuck. And then you're just going to pop it over. If you have mesh, is always going to fray a bit, no matter how good your mesh is. Yes, some frays less than others, and yes, some wreaths have techniques to minimalize, I guess the word would be, the fraying, but you will always, no matter what, you will always have some. All right, clip this one and tuck it up and behind. Now for our bow. I have been trying to decide if I want to. That's really strange. My PC is plugged in and it's telling me it's not. Anyway, okay, so I'm trying to decide if I want to use this one or if I want to use this one. I think I want this one. So we're going to put that on the side. So now, here's the thing. My hands get really sore. So I have my easy bow maker that I use to hold my bows. But for the most part, I like to use my hands. Okay, so I'm just going 7 inches. We're just going to use this. I lost my thought process. I know I wanted 6 inches, so I did a 12-inch because I want it to be able to go across there. Okay, and then I pinched this, I pinched this, and then I put them on top of each other. I take my fingers and I twist this one all the way around. So now I have printed side, and I can start my next loop. Okay, so again, I want a 12-inch strip so that when I bring it back in, I will have a 6-inch loop. And then again, I'm going to twist. And I usually make my tails on these about 7 inches. So I'm just going to cut that there. And I'm going to stick it in my maker. Okay, and then the next one I wanted to use is this one. So again, we're going to do 7. So this was 6 inches, so I will usually go 11 or 12 inches. So I will usually go 11 inches. So 11 to 22 is 11. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're pinching, we're twisting, let's see if you can see me. I'm going to go 11 to 22, bring it around, and I'm going to twist again. And put that one on top. So now sometimes I will use 2.5 inches. Sometimes I just use 1 and I will make 4 loops. And I thought this would match because of the little polka dots on the bunnies. Right? Look at it. So cute. Alright. Now what do I have? I've made a mess over here. I think I'm going to do this one. Okay, I always 7 to start. Because I figure if I need it shorter, because usually it's a little bit shorter than the 7, then I can always clip it, right? So always start with the 7. This was 11, so we're going to go with 10. Bring it together again. Twist. I don't know which way to do this. Oh, that's why it kind of moved. Okay. Like, why can't you see it anymore? All right, again, 10 inches. That's longer than 10. Sure seems like it. It's not, though. Huh. Okay. Another way you can check is you can pull them up and see if they're the same, and they are. I guess it just looked different. Again, 7 inches. And I'm going to put this one on there. And last but not least, the middle one, which I think I'm just going to do one loop. Usually go just about over half, another 7. And we get our little zip tie. Some people put the zip tie in at the bottom first. I always forget. So I've just gotten accustomed to do it this way. And I just pop it off. Make sure I'm holding it in the center still. You know, you can square it up and squeeze. And then we're going to pull the tails all down one direction. All of my tails. So a lot of times people say, I can't make a bow. Everybody can make a bow. It does take practice, but also when you make a bow, a lot of times it's not just going to pop into the shape you want. You need to work it, open it up. I have watched one, I'm trying to think the name of her page. I have watched a wreath maker. She calls it breaking the bow. And I don't know if she made that up or if that is, what they actually call it. But I get it. You're breaking down the centers so that they lay better. They're fluffier. Now we are just dovetailing our ribbons. Honestly, usually I do this when they're on the it's already on the wreath, but I started, so we'll just keep going. And now, take our little pipe cleaner. And you're going to go right around the zip tie, which I just realized I never took that off. Again, work smarter, not harder. These hands, you never know when they're going to give out on me. So, here's my bow. Again, just like the sign, we're going to work it through the mesh. We're not moving any mesh to the side. We are going straight through it to the bottom. And the same with the other side, but you're going to send it to the outside. I don't know if you can see that. The outside of your wreath. So I have one on the inside of the frame and one on the outside. And I just slightly twisted it to hold it in place so that I can take a look, make sure it's where I want it. Make sure it's all good. And I don't like smashing my bow, but to show you. So now we're just twisting this again. Brought it to the side. Twisting. Clipping. Tucking. And last but not least, we need one more pipe cleaner. And I am just sending it straight down the back. Maybe. Uh-oh. There we go. Straight down the back. Centering up. I am going to twist that. And then I can twist it around here a little if I want. And here. Okay, you're going to take that part and send it behind your frame. And then just simply twist your pipe cleaner at the top. And there you go. It's so cute. Wonder how I turn the camera so that you aren't watching it backwards. It says, welcome everybody. Look at how cute they are. Oh, I love it. You guys, this is so stinking cute. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so this video will be posted shortly, just so I can see how things go. I am going to put it on Facebook. If you watch it through and you want to purchase, I have two. And they're going to be $55 plus shipping if you need it shipped. And you can go ahead and comment sold if it's still available. I'm going to go in order of comments. If not, if it doesn't get sold through the video, it will be put onto the... Sorry, I'm trying to... My OCD is kicking in and I just trying to figure out how to make this straight. Anyway, other than that, it will be found on the webpage, craftingryan.com. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Bye.